Today is Tuesday, May 20th, 2025, and we are going to do Weeksbrook Trail today to Kearsarge North, and also do a short bushwhack to Knoll, which is on the 500 highest. I think it's like number 288 or something like that. And we have our first lady slipper of the season for us. Parking is pretty good sized. This is a lightly used trail. It looks like you could put quite a few cars, 15 cars maybe in here, if they park well. Yeah, and it should be about 10.5 miles or maybe a little less, depending on how long the bushwhack is, to go out to this. Possibility of some rain today, but not super high percentage. There's an oven bird. And this is going to go through some logging areas or previously logged areas for I think like a mile or so, and then we're going to have a water feature, Shingle Pond. So yeah, this is an area we've only done Kearsarge North once, and we did it from the other side, and we don't really get down into this area very often. So I'm excited to do something new. We're almost a mile in. We left that forest road. You start out on a forest road for about 0.6 maybe?
Yeah, it was 0.6.
And then it's well marked where the trail goes. And now we're in like a logged area. There's a yellow-bellied sapsucker someplace up here drumming away. This is like wide open in here. And if you look on Gaia, you can see that we're not following the trail, but this is the trail. It's blazed and everything. So they have rerouted a section in here. And I think that there's another section that was rerouted further up. But this is what it looks like so far on Weeksbrook Trail. Blazed in yellow. Okay, we're like 1.56 miles in, and we're following an area that went through behind John here. There's like an open field, and we came in from the right. And Gaia says, yeah, you keep going. But there's actual markers here for the trail. And it didn't look like anyone had been the other way. So we're hoping that this is like a reroute or something of that sort. There's a little cairn right here. I believe this is the trail. And it's going to swing around. Basically, the last mile or so has all been reroute. Oh yeah, there's a blaze. I think we're good. But that was confusing. And I think the book says, like, it's tricky in some spots, but it is marked, so maybe don't.
So tricky. Is it just a difference?
Yeah, like don't trust your map. It is marked, so follow the markings. We're almost 3 miles in now, and it's been really nice going through mixed hardwoods and soft mixed forest. Got a little blowdown right here. I think I can move that. So let's look at this awesome footbed. Really nice. Except for that one area where it was a little confusing where the trail went. It's been very obvious where it goes. And we're kind of walking to the side of a brook right now that's down to the left. Maybe that's Weeksbrook. Haven't really had much water, except places where it's soggy from the rain. But overall, the trail's in great shape. Fast going, not steep, very enjoyable. We are at Shingle Pond now, almost 3 miles in. And this in the center is Kearsarge North. I'll zoom in, you can see the fire tower. Oops. Right there. Beautiful. We have come to a crossing on a brook, so presumably this is Weeksbrook, although I'm not totally sure. There's rocks and then a log. I'm probably going to step on that rock, though. We've got a look downstream. This is the first place I've seen any bugs of any kind. It's been really bug-free. Even at that Shingle Pond, no bugs. It's been awesome. Okay, so Weeksbrook Trail comes up here about 50 feet away, and then it's hard to tell, but there's like a big open area over behind this kind of knoll. It looks like, we haven't really gotten to that yet, it looks like dried up like fen or old swampy area or something that's not holding water right now, I think. But I looked off in the woods and I saw this. Look at that. That's so cool. It's not enormous. Let me put my foot in there for scale. But that's a very intact stove. Wow, that's neat. I mean, this area's been logged, but we're kind of further in than I expected to see a logging remnant. But I'll have to look at my information on logging, see what was up here back in the day. So the trail is right over here. And then when we come back, we're gonna head up to Ricker's Knoll. And I think we're gonna start our bushwhack over this way. Although it's pretty wet right there.
Could be on the other side
of this opening. Okay, let's see.
I mean, actually, where we are is a better place.
I think it is too, but we can't get through right there. Maybe if we went down about, yeah, about 100 feet or something. Squishy. Yeah, I don't want to try to walk through that. Look at how wet it is.
Yeah,
and it's completely wet right there. Because I want to be on that hill, but not today. We'll go down a little. Or maybe we can attack it from the other side of this. We'll see. So we are less than a mile now from the summit of Kearsarge North. About a half a mile from the summit. The woods is really pretty up here. Definitely doing the bulk of the climb now. It's all this mossy understory. Beautiful. We're very close now. We've been having little pop-out views like this. Very cloudy today. We drove by the summits. Actually, the presidentials were a cloud almost all the way to the ground, weren't they?
Yeah.
I couldn't see anything. So I don't really expect to get a view of those higher summits, but we should have some views out. We had a nice little view as we were climbing up. The first place that we could see out, I think it was looking into Maine. And it was clear that way and had some ponds and lakes. So we should have something. Right around the corner, we'll be there. We are up now. I didn't climb the tower yet, but this is looking back down to where we came from, and this thing in close that's kind of on the dark side doesn't really look like much. That is Ricker's Knoll, which we're going to bushwhack to today. There are two other 500 highest. One of them is the north, I think it's the north peak of the Twins, which is this, the Twins are over here. And then there's something right behind here. It escapes my mind right now. And then there's the fire tower. So we're gonna go climb it. See how our view is. Presidentials will be out this way. There's a privy up here. You are welcome to stay overnight inside the fire tower. And there was some discussion yesterday, I think, about how many people could sleep in it at a time. And the consensus was 8. Oh wow, it's not totally.
You can see some stuff.
Yeah.
There's some clouds over there.
Look, yeah, the higher some presidentials right here are socked in, but it's not bad. We'll go climb up. I'll shoot a video from up there. Okay, we are up on fire tower now, and you can see incredible amount of peaks from here, but unfortunately almost all of the 4,000 footers are in a cloud. Right in the center back right there is White Face Pass Conway and the Tri-Pyramids, and they were not in a cloud, but they are now. And then over here, this is Iron Mountain right here, and then this stuff over, let's see, I'm so zoomed in. This is like the Mount Stanton Trail up to Mount Langdon, which we did last week. Of course, the presidentials would be right in here, and we would be able to see Carter Notch. This is the double heads. They're in kind of close behind these 2 trees right here. If I move over, you might get a little bit. Those are 52 of the views, and they have an excellent view down Carter Notch. There's a bird soaring there. I think that this thing in the center is Chandler Mountain. And I think the bald faces are back kind of in a cloud now too. There he is. Okay, and then this is Mount Shaw and the Twins right here. The north peak of that is, both of those are 500 highest. And then this is Knoll right here. Oops, come into focus. There we go. Doesn't look like much, does it? It looks like the thing behind it would be higher, but it's not. And then this is Shingle Pond, where I think we're going to have our lunch down there. And then coming around, looking back again to Cathedral Ledge, and the inside. It's really nice. All the glass is intact, and it's good size too. Easy to get into. You don't have to climb anything sketchy. It's got a great door on it. It has a lock on the door even. All right. This is the Kearsarge North Fire Tower. We're gonna head down and try to do that bushwhack. Wish us luck. This is the best weather day, I think, of the whole week. So it's kind of unfortunate that this is as good as it gets. We'll see.
This is a chukar, supposedly not found near here, but here he is. Very interesting.
It's probably like here.
Wow.
Okay, we are down from the summit now, and I put a video in, I hope, prior to this, which is a bird that we saw up at the fire tower, and it's not something that is native to here, so it must have gotten blown off course at some point. It's called a chukar, and I hope I have a good enough video to put in there. I think John does. We'll see.
I definitely have some, it might not be the right orientation though.
That's okay, I can crop it around. Mine are not the right orientation either. Okay, so that was really exciting. And we just saw two other hikers heading up on Weeksbrook. And we have stepped off the trail now. So the trail, Weeksbrook is here. When we come back, we'll go that way on it. I'm standing right next to some moose droppings, old ones. And we are heading up to Knoll, right over there. It should only be a couple tenths, I think. And hopefully it won't be too pokey. All right, we made it up to Knoll. It does have a canister. The canister was placed by Hiker Ed in 2012. He also has placed this book. I mean, it hasn't filled up. It's not even halfway full. Last sign-in was the day after Christmas. Nobody's been up here this year besides us. And if you look through, a lot of these names are familiar names. Hey, look, Trail Slipper. Yeah, I saw Steve Smith, Philip Warner, Denise Stasis. It's just names that if you hike a lot, you see them in the canisters, or you see them in trail reports, or you meet them. So anyway, that's pretty neat. It's a smaller canister than normal. All right, easy to spot. The woods were not great and not terrible. There was some pushing through stuff, pokey stuff, and then they got a little bit better. But yeah, so I think we're gonna kind of head back the way we came, or possibly more left.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Or if we wanted to, we could continue this way and bushwhack over to those other two peaks, but not today. We're not going to do that. Weather is looking a little, I don't know.
I actually can feel some drops.
Do you feel rain?
Yeah, they're nothing.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to rain, but it's just not very nice. And the winds are definitely higher than they said. So we're going to head down next to Shingle Pond and have lunch. I think that'll be good. So we came off the summit in a different direction, basically trying to look for good woods, and it's been way better. We just came down this right along the side here of this cliff band. Pretty cool, but the woods have been much better. So that's good. Which way?
We can keep going.
Keep going in the good woods.
It'll be a little longer in the woods, but
Yeah,
it's okay.
it's faster going.
Fight stuff. Then
Yeah.
Might be quicker in the end.
All right, so we're gonna keep going this way. Well, we made it off the bushwhack quite easily. I think the woods were just way better going the opposite way of the way we came in. It was considerably longer, but just way more enjoyable. And now we're back at Shingle Pond having our lunch. It's pretty gray, but I think we'll be okay. Winds are a little bit higher than what they said. Right in the dead center is the fire tower. I'm not zoomed in. So that's Kearsarge North Fire Tower. And we're just gonna sit here along Shingle Pond and have our lunch. There's a bunch of little places where you could sit as the trail kind of winds around one half of the pond. But we actually followed a herd path in. I thought it would be like
To a seating spot.
I thought it would be like 50 feet in and you'd be there, but it turned and it went like all over the place. So we're way down the end. Those are blue jays. What are they doing? Yep. Not a bad place for lunch. I just hit 10 miles. We're back at the beginning. We have about a half a mile, I think, back to the car. And the first 0.6 or so is on an old forest road. Easy walking. That was a good hike. Interesting trail.
Cool bird.
Very interesting bird, yes. And Kearsarge North is a 52 of the view. It's got excellent views. Highly recommend it. Whichever way you want to go. This is a longer route.
For advanced hikers only.
Yeah, right.
It seemed like it was pretty easy.
It was easy, yeah. There was nothing particularly steep or sketchy on it. It was about a little over 5 miles, according to the book. And yeah, so we're gonna come in around 10.5 miles, which is what I had planned on. And it would be shorter than that if you don't do the bushwhack out to Ricker's Knoll. So I think we're gonna call it a day now, and maybe on the drive up 302 we might pull over and look at those waterfalls, Silver Cascade, and I want to say Crystal Cascade.
I think you're right.
No, is that what it is?
I think so.
Okay, we'll figure it out. We're gonna stop and take a look at the waterfalls unless it's pouring rain. Although maybe it'll be better if it's pouring rain. This is Flume Cascade, has a sign right on it. And it is flowing way up there. You can see it coming down. All right, and then downhill just a little bit further down south on 302 is Silver Cascade, which I think is prettier, and it's flowing great. There were other people down there, but we parked down on the right hand side down there, so we'll go back that way and I'll shoot a video at Silver Cascade also. And over here is the Willie Range. You can see that Willie is in a cloud. And this is Mount Willard right here. All right, back down to Silver Cascade. This is Silver Cascade, and it is looking amazing. There you have it. You can climb up right up along here. Oops. And then get up over in that area. You have this part of the fall right behind you. Can make for very nice pictures, but I don't need to go up there today. Everything's wet. Beautiful. Silver Cascade.